Hello students, we have started the chapter 3 fiber to fabric. In this chapter we have learned about the wool production, silk, and today we are going to start our next topic, sericulture. What is sericulture? The process of rearing of silkworm for the production of silk is known as sericulture. Once again, the process of rearing of silkworms for the production of silk is known as sericulture. This is an important definition you have to learn. What is sericulture? Sericulture is nothing but rearing of silkworm for the production of silk. To get the silk from the silkworm is called as sericulture. The process includes both rearing and reeling of the silkworms. Okay, now some steps are involved for rearing of silkworms. A female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs that are collected and placed on the strip of cloth or a paper. So what the first step is? In the first step, they collect hundreds of eggs laid by the female silk and it is placed on the strips of cloth or the paper. The next step, the eggs are stored under the optimal condition of humidity and temperature to facilitate the hatching. Optimal conditions means favorable conditions. So these eggs are stored under the favorable conditions so that they can hatch. As the egg hatches, the larva of the silkworms comes out. So after the hatching of the egg, the larvae or the silkworms comes out. These silkworms are placed in a clean tray made up of bamboo containing the freshly chopped mulberry leaves. So these silkworms, after coming out, they should be fed by the mulberry leaves. So what they do, they place on a clean tray. The tray which they are taking should be clean so that they can be fed on the mulberry leaves. And these trays should be of bamboo sticks. Newspapers are spread over the tray to absorb the excess of moisture from the leaves. The tray should be cleaned regularly after a few days. The silkworms are fed on the mulberry leaves for about 20 to 35 days. So before placing the silkworms, what they do, on that clean tray they place the newspaper so that why they place the newspaper? So that they can absorb the moisture from the leaves. The water which are present in the leaves, it can be absorbed by the newspaper. These trays should be cleaned regularly after few days. So these silkworms are fed on the mulberry leaves for about 20 to 35 days. The silkworm, they eat the mulberry leaves, and while eating the mulberry leaves, they grow into the large size. The silkworms are moved to the small chamber of the bamboo tray to spin the cocoons. After they stop eating and they begin to pupate. See, they leave the silkworms on the mulberry leaves for 20 to 35 days. In 20 to 35 days, these silkworms grow in the size. As they grow in the size, after that, these silkworms are then transferred into the chambers of the bamboo. So bamboo trays, they again transfer into small chambers of the bamboo tray so that they can spin into cocoons. After they stop eating the mulberry leaves, and then they began to pupate, means they began to change into pupa. These trays are provided with the small racks or the frames where the silkworm spins the cocoon. So we have learned how the silkworm changes into cocoons in the life cycle of the silk moth. So these silkworms, after transferring into the bamboo tray, that is, they are provided with the small racks or the frames where the silkworm spins into cocoons. The spinning of cocoons take about 3 to 7 days. So these silkworms, after spinning of cocoons, the spinning of cocoons takes place for 3 to 7 days. Then the processing of the silk from the cocoons involve the following steps. So this whole process is the sericulture. Now from the cocoons, how we get the silk? First one is boiling of cocoons. After the silkworm has been changed into cocoon contain pupa. Okay, boiling of cocoons. The first step is boiling of cocoons. For obtaining the silk fibers, a pile of cocoons are used. Piles means a heap of cocoons are used. they are kept under the sun. Next, they are placed under the sun or immersed on the hot boiling water. Either they are placed in the sun, or they are placed or they are immersed means they are added in the hot boiling water, so that to kill the pupae inside the cocoon. Means if they place in the sun, then also the pupa present inside that gets killed. Either they place in the boiling water, that also kills the pupa inside the cocoon. On boiling the silk silk fiber separates out from the cocoons, because the sericin that adheres the silk filament together get dissolved, and this process is known as deguming. So what happens after the pupa which has been killed inside the cocoons? On boiling, the silk fiber separates, the silk fibers comes out. Cocoon is nothing but only the silk fiber, it comes out from the cocoon, because the sericin that adheres the silk filament together get dissolved. The silk filament get dissolved in that boiling water, and the silks comes out. This process is called as deguming. Okay, deguming. Next, the process of reeling. What is the process of reeling? The process of reeling take out the silk fiber or the thread from the cocoon. What our next step is to take out the silk fibers. This process to taking out of the silk fibers from the cocoon is called as reeling. Reeling is done by using a special machine to unwind the threads or the fiber of the silk from the cocoon. See in the figure also they have shown the reeling machine, and the lady is doing the process of reeling. See, this from the process of reeling we obtain raw silk. So this process is called as reeling, that is taking out of the silk fibers from the cocoons. See, cocoons are placed in the pot, and from this she is taking out the silk fibers. This process is called as reeling. It is done by a special machine to unwind the thread or the fiber of the silk from the this is the special machine to take out the silk thread from the cocoon. The fiber from the few cocoons are joined and twisted together to make a strong thread that wounds around a reel. So they are making making a strong thread that wounds around a reel. The fiber that is obtained by the process of reeling is known as raw silk. This is the lady which she is taking out the silk. This silk is called as raw silk. Raw silk figure is also given in your textbook. So this process is called as reeling. After taking out the silk thread, that is raw silk, the last step is dyeing of the raw silk. Dyeing means giving the color, adding the color to the raw silk. Depending upon the requirement, the raw silk fibers can be dyed in the various colors and then spun into the silk thread that are woven into the silk by the cloth. Okay, the silk thread are woven into a silk cloth by the weaver. This silk thread has to be changed into the silk cloth. So these are done by the weavers. India is the second largest producer of silk in the world after the China. Mulberry silk is the main variety of the silk produced in India. So mulberry silk is the main variety of the silk which is produced in India, and about 90% of the mulberry silk comes from the Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and other states in India that produces the major amount of the silk. So these are the states from where the silk is produced. Know the fact, to produce 1 kilogram of the silk fibers, nearly 5,000 silkworms are used. So to produce 1 kilogram, just 1 kilogram of the silk, they have to kill 5,000 of the silkworms. Okay. Next, types of silk. What are the different types of silk that we produce? First one is mulberry silk. We have done this, that mulberry silk is obtained from the Bombyx mori, that Bombyx mori silkworm which feeds on the mulberry leaves. The commercial silk that is produced in the world mostly comes from this variety of silk. So mostly the silk saris are obtained from the Bombyx mori. The silk fibers obtained from the silkworm is soft, shiny, elastic and strong. So the silk which is obtained from this is very soft, shiny, elastic and it has elasticity property and it is strong. The second one is tussar silk. Tussar silk, it is obtained from the silkworm Antheraea mitala, which grows on the food plant of Arjun and Asan. The tussar is rough in texture and generally appears in the light brown color. It is mostly used for the furnishing in interior decoration item. It is used less shiny than the mulberry leaves. Okay, they are less shiny than mulberry leaves. Okay, this it is used for the furnishing and interior decoration. This is nothing but tussar silk. Oak tussar it is a fine variety of tussar obtained from the silkworm Antheraea prolea in India, which feeds on the oak plant. So these kind of silkworms, they feed on the oak plant. Kosa silk, it is a particular type of the silkworm that feeds on the sal and saja or arjun trees. The silk is popular because it is of the soft and shiny texture. It is widely used in making the traditional Indian saris. So kosa silk is used for making this can also be used for making the silk saris. Muga silk, the golden yellow colored silk obtained from the silkworm Antheraea ascemensis. These silkworm mostly eats the leaves of solu and son plant. Like tussars, they are grown on the trees. So these kind of silk obtained is from the called as mogo silk. Next, health hazards in the sericulture. Manually handling of the cocoons may lead to the blisters, peeled off skins, or sometimes the minor skin infection. So this is the health problem that is created on for the peoples who do the process of the sericulture. Blisters, peeled off skin, and sometimes minor skin infection. The usage of the chemicals dyes. The usage of the chemicals to dye the silk may result in the irritation of eyes, infection of the skin, lungs, and breathing problem. Improper ventilation, high temperature, humidity, and noise made by the machine in the factories can harm the general health of the workers. So noise made by the machine can spoil their ears through the spoil the ears by the loss of the hearing. So these are the health hazards faced by the people who are working in the sericultures. Now coming to the keywords. What is rearing? The process of domestication and rearing of the animals. Then what is selective breeding? The process of selecting the parents for obtaining the desirable character in their offspring. So we have to select the process of we have to select the parents which are having the good characters so that it can be transferred into their offspring. Shearing, the process of removal of the fleece from the body of the animals are called as shearing. Sericulture is the rearing of silkworms for the production of silk. Reeling is nothing but taking out the thread from the cocoons. Then what is raw silk? The raw silk, the fibers that are obtained by the process of reeling. These are the keywords and you have to learn all the keywords. So your chapter has ended till here. Thank you.